it's happened again. Again. One of the most annoying, frustrating, shattering things that can happen to you as a content creator, photographer, videographer, whatever, aside from smashing and shattering all your equipment, is losing your footage. Deleting it, overwriting it, accidentally erasing it, encrypting it, whatever. Absolutely sucks. And that is what has just happened to me again. Okay, welcome back everybody. Thank you so much for tuning back in today. I have a good lesson for you today and also a little ray of hope for the future. So, as I just said, I have just lost almost all the footage, probably about half the footage of a recent trip I just did to Austria. Photos, video, audio, a lot of it, pretty much everything. I've lost about half, which absolutely sucks. But it's my fault, and it's not the first time I've done that. The first time I did it, I actually had everything I had, all the pictures I had, and photo and video, everything for about a year on one hard drive. Like an idiot. I had it on one hard drive. Then one day I pretty much just stood up and dropped the hard drive, and it broke right open and pretty much shattered the hard drive. So that was my fault, and that was something just stupid. This time, lessons learned, I guess, or not learned, I haven't really learned from my mistakes. So I haven't clearly at all learned from my mistakes. This time what happened is I put all my stuff onto a hard drive, one hard drive, again, like an idiot, and then deleted the footage from my SD card. The next day, I put footage back on to my hard drive, transferred it on, right? No problem. And I clicked it says where there's like, oh, there's duplicate files. Do you want to stop, replace, or skip these files? I clicked skip, thinking that it would just ignore these and put new ones in. Like an idiot. And again, I deleted my SD card. Fast forward 3 days, and turns out I've lost half my photos, half my videos, which is awesome. What I can basically figure out that I did, what I assume I did, is I have overwritten those files with the new files of the same number and stuff like that. And basically it's just cast away all that information. So, 2 tips for this. 1, make sure in the future, like myself, what I'm gonna do is save all of your footage to multiple places. Stop, please don't make the mistake I've made now twice. Save your footage to multiple hard drives. Keep it on your computer if you have room. If not, I have 2 hard drives, and I have my SD, and I have an online hard drive, which you could use. There are some great options for that. I use the WD My Passport for Mac, which is super great. It's helpful, it's really easy to use, and they're relatively affordable for a hard drive. It's great. So put your footage in multiple places so that you don't have to worry about shattering one, breaking one, encrypting one. It's always there. The second tip is store your footage in different folders. If you're shooting for a week or a couple days, don't all keep it in one folder like I did. The reason my footage got deleted, I think, is because I put it onto the same folder and I wasn't paying attention and it got wiped. Keep it in day 1, day 2, day 3, project shots, different cameras, whatever you want to do. Keep it in different folders and make copies of those folders so that you give yourself the best chance of not destroying, losing, encrypting, whatever your footage in the future. Just a little bonus tip is before you delete it from your SD card, make sure all the footage is there, right? Pretty simple, I think. I didn't think of myself as such an idiot, but clearly I overestimated myself. But hopefully I've learned now for the future, and hopefully you can avoid this mistake in the future by learning from mine. All this said, there is hope. Now, there is hope that if you did this, if you have made the mistake, failed to keep it in multiple places, failed to check if it's all backed up, and have already deleted it from your SD card, then there is still a chance for you. And that, my friends, is recovery software. And I'm going to be talking about one in particular today that I have just used, just discovered, and has taken a lot of stress back and taken a lot of stress from me. And I am very relieved that I have found this software. So for those of you that don't know, recovery software is basically software that you run to recover lost information, encrypted information, or glitched out or damaged information from an SD card, hard drive, whatever it is. Now, I had never used this stuff before. I'd always taken the stuff to a center like I did with my old hard drive, and because it was smashed, they couldn't do anything. But this is not something that you need to take to a center for. You do not need to take your SD card or your hard drive to an actual recovery center or to a tech shop. There's actually some great ones online, and the one that I have found is called Disk Drill. Now, I am not sponsored. This is not sponsored. This is not supported by them. I've literally just used it last night, and it has recovered almost all of my footage and photos. Not everything. I'll give you not everything, but it recovered a fair bit of it, quite a lot of it, and I'm super happy that I was able to just even recover what I could to make my videos and get those last couple of photos that I really loved, the Instagram bangers that I was waiting for. I've gotten a couple of them back. Again, not all of them, which sucks, but because of Disk Drill, now there's not gonna be a big gap in my video. And if you're doing this for something like a wedding or a client shoot or something like that, where really, if you mess this up, there's no chance of ever repeating that again, this could be a huge, huge lifesaver for you. And even if you don't get all of it, hopefully you can get enough that the client or whatever won't notice, and you'll still be able to make an amazing video, still be gonna be able to provide some beautiful, amazing photos, and hopefully no harm done in that regard. Now, full disclosure, Disk Drill here is not free. There is a free version, but I really don't know what's on the free version. I downloaded the free version, ran it from my SD card, and recovered 2,000 files from my SD card, which is amazing. And I'm gonna do it on my hard drive after this, see if I can recover more as well. The pro version for me is about 100 euros. That's, what is that, 120 or 110 USD, if that's where you're from, maybe about 140 Canadian. And that's expensive, right? That sucks, especially if you're doing it for like a hobby video or something like that. But for me, it's absolutely worth it, just even so that I have this in the future in case I do make the mistake again. But the system itself, it does run 2 scans. It runs a quick scan, and then you can run a deep scan. For me, it took about half an hour or something like that. And like I said, it recovered 2,000 files, which is pretty amazing, which is pretty awesome. Even if it doesn't recover everything, it still recovered a lot of the essential, important, needed, and desired photos and videos that I lost. So do yourself a favor. 1, employ the first 3 steps I said in this. Save it to multiple places. Make sure you have it all online before you wipe your SD, and make separate folders. And if none of that works, check out recovery software before you just bang your head against the table for the next day for losing all that footage, or before you have to contact that client or that company saying that you've lost all the footage and give the money back or whatever. Check some of these recovery softwares first. Disk Drill in particular is the first one I used, to be honest, but it was so quick, so easy, and I think it worked pretty damn good, and I'm very happy with it. And I think for the price of 100 euros, that's good for me, especially, and I'm doing this as a hobby video too, letting just personal pictures. Imagine if this was a wedding. I think $100 to recover that kind of footage, those photos, is well worth it, and definitely something you should have in your toolbox. Okay, well, that's it, guys. I just wanted to share this with you, so hopefully you can learn from my mistake. Hopefully you can develop and avoid these mistakes in the future. But if you do, I wanted to drill into you that hope is not lost. There is some services and some software out there that you can use to try to give yourself a chance of taking back that mistake, at least a little bit, sometimes maybe all the way. I'll drop all the links below. If this was helpful to you guys, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm gonna be making a lot more videos, getting right back into it, and that like and subscribe really gives me a boost and helps me keep going and puts a smile on my face. So if you guys could do that, that would be great, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. All right, cheers.